Housing down payments have shrunk for the first time since 2023. This is significant, and there's some information you want to pay attention to. So make sure to watch the whole video. And if you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, you can subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team about your down payment options, you can do that with the link in the comments. Housing down payments shrank for the first time since 2023, according to a new report from Redfin, and the median down payment specifically dropped to $62,468 in April of 2025, a 1% decline year over year, and the percentage of the purchase price is flat. So the percentage of the purchase price, the average down payments staying right around 15%. The drop in dollar amount signals a shift. And affordability has been a big challenge, right? I mean, that's been one of the biggest challenges that a lot of people talk about. We're seeing that the market is starting to tilt slightly in the favor of buyers. Now, this is nationally, so we're going to go over some local stuff here in a second. And more people are also opting for smaller down payments or government-backed loans like an FHA or a VA loan, while others are skipping the mortgage altogether. So this is something that's important. There's some key stats in this Redfin report. We know what the typical down payment is. I already shared that with you. It's just north of $62,000. It's still higher than the pre-pandemic norms. It's the first drop in 2 years, and the typical buyer is still putting about 15% down, like I said. The share of FHA loans rose to 15.3%. That's up 14.2% in April of last year. That's a big jump. In years past, if you didn't have 20% down, you weren't a conventional buyer or a cash buyer with no mortgage contingency, you were looked at unfavorably among sellers. In the past, a lot of people just wanted to make sure the financing was going to get approved, the income was strong, and the credit was good. And we're starting to see with that jump in FHA loans, that's really significant here. And that tells me if you're a low down payment buyer, you should be talking to some lenders and talking to an agent about what your options are, because we are seeing a large increase in FHA loans being accepted. VA loans made up 7.2% of mortgage products, their highest share in April since 2020. So for the month of April, the highest since 2020. We know what happened in April of 2020. So again, if you're a VA buyer, you're afraid that people may look at your finances unfavorably. Get that out of your head and instead get in touch with a lender, get in touch with an agent who can show you how to get these kind of offers accepted. And 1/3 of buyers, nearly 1/3, 30.7%, paid cash, which is below last year's 31.6%. Still historically high. And cash doesn't mean they're paying cash. It means there's no mortgage contingency, just not as high as it has been. So buyers are getting more creative. Sellers are accepting offers that aren't 20% down. And people are stretching their buying power because they're getting ready to renovate homes. They're okay buying properties that need some work. And this is really good news for home buyers that are out there and even home sellers with a property to buy, because with rates being around 7%, they're more than double what buyers enjoyed during the pandemic. That's having people rethink their purchase power and what they want to do with the cash. So what I would suggest here, seeing this change, this is really important. There's a lot of low down payment options out there. There's some no down payment options like a VA loan. There's 3% down conventional, 3.5% down FHA with seller's assist to cover your closing costs, 5% down conventional, 10% down conventional. You get the idea. There's more options out there than just putting 20% down and seeing that these offers are getting accepted. And we know that because these are the loans that are actually being taken against properties. There's some opportunity out there. This is something I'd be paying attention to if I'm looking to buy a home between now and the end of next year. What we also know is that we've seen showings have been relatively flat. Just this past week, showings are up 2.2% year over year, but inventory's up north of 16%. So there's more housing options out there with about the same number of showings happening. So demand is still strong, just not as strong as it has been, which is creating opportunities to get some of these low down payment options accepted. And this is where it's really critical to look at the local data, seeing, hey, we're not seeing the same thing nationally, but there's still opportunity in the greater Philadelphia area. This is all good news for people thinking about transacting. You're going to have more options when it comes to housing. Competition is going to be about the same, and you don't have to put all your cash into the purchase. This is really good news and something I'd be paying attention to if I was a buyer. So if this hits home for you, if you want to talk about lower down payment options, connect with an agent or connect with a lender. Talk to somebody who can help you. And if you need some guidance on some great lenders to talk to, you can click on the link in the comments here. This is what the market used to be like pre-pandemic, and it's the first signal. Well, I shouldn't say the first signal. It's another signal that the market's starting to shift the other way. And this is an opportunity to get the home that you want with some more favorable financing and more cash in your pocket.